Hey everybody, CrashFash106 here, and today I'm going to show you my Deathwish build for Payday 2. This is a build that is entirely my build that I say is the best build for me, specifically. I have two of them. I have two builds, Deathwish Medic and Deathwish Tank. I also have Dodge. In Deathwish Medic, it's mostly meds, and in Deathwish Tank, it's ammo and technician. Deathwish Medic, I have Endurance Aced, Leadership Aced, Dominator Aced, Painkillers Aced, Combat Doctor Aced, and Inspire Aced. I have Combat Medic Basic, Control Freak Basic, Spotter Basic, and Kilmer Basic. I have Inspire Aced because that skill is really handy for Deathwish. I mean, it is almost required for Deathwish, but, you know, people have different opinions, but I find this to be the best skill for Deathwish. In Enforcer, I have Overkill Basic, Iron Man Basic, Fully Loaded Basic, Ammo Specialist Basic, Shotgun CQB Basic, Shotgun Impact Aced, Sun Resistance Aced, Underdog Aced, Die Hard Aced, Tough Guy Basic, Pumping Iron Basic, Oppressor Basic, and Transporter Aced. Transporter Aced because obviously I want to move bags. These are just to get to the next tier, and Underdog Aced is very handy because you're going to be surrounded by enemies most of the time on Deathwish. Die Hard Aced is for the arm recovery and you can use your primary weapon. Shotgun Impact. Most of these right here are shotgun skills because I find shotguns to be the most handy weapon on Deathwish. Some Resistance Aced because there are so many flashbangs on Deathwish, it's ridiculous. The amount of... the time of you being blind from a flashbang maximum is 10 seconds. That can cause so many things to go wrong. Ammo Specialist Basic because... in case if they need ammo instead of meds, which I go for, I'll just bring this instead. Fully Loaded Basic because ammo capacity creep at 25% is quite handy, especially for Deathwish. Iron Man Aced because armor, and Overkill Basic because 75% damage bonus for 5 seconds with shotguns is very, very good. In Technician, I have Nurse of Steel Aced, Sharpshooter Aced, Hardware Expert, and Drill Sergeant Aced. Now, I have Sharpshooter Aced because of weapon accuracy increase and stability increased. Nurse of Steel Aced because, well, it's just to get to the next tier, and it's quite handy to take 50% less damage while interacting with things, and using Steel Sight while on Bleed Out. Hardware Expert and Drill Sergeant are just drill skills, because, honestly, I find so many Deathwish games with drill skills not even spec'd into, which is quite sad to say the least. In Ghost, we have the maneuverability skills and Fast Hands Aced. I got Cleaner Basic, and there are no Fugitive whatsoever in Deathwish Medic. For Deathwish Tank, I have Dominator Ace, Leadership Ace, and Endurance Ace, and Mastermind. Nothing in Fugitive, except for... there's nothing much in Fugitive except for my Stealth and Dodge build. Ghost, I have the maneuverability skills. Technician, I have Sharpshooter Ace. This is just get the next tier, next tier. This is handy, drill skills. Just to get to the next tier. This is to get to the next tier also, but it is quite... it's quite good of a skill. I mean... It's quite handy if you're getting tased and, you don't know where it's coming from, but... yeah. Bulletproof, because that's the name of it, it's a tank. And Mag Plus Aced. Because I find Mag Plus to be very interesting, to say the least, because now I have 25 shots in my locomotive, and I do have Overkill Aced, which means I won't be reloading that much anymore. These are, once again, just to get in the next tier. I already explained this to you. Ammo Specialist, because it's mostly Enforcer. Same here. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Now, dodge. Dodge is fugitive and mastermind. Now, there's two types of dodge I would ever use. One is when I'm doing some dodge Deathwish with other people, and the second one is when I'm alone. This is the one I use when I have a team. So we have Hidden Blade Ace, Running Gun Ace, Duck and Cover Ace, Quick Fix Ace, Upper Ace, Low Blow Basic, Sneaky Bastard Basic, and Bullseye Basic. Also Winston Wolf, Sixth Sense, and Thick Skin Basic just to get to the next tier. Ghost, we have the same maneuverability, skills, and cleaner. Nothing in Technician. Enforcer, Stun Resistance, of course. Underdog and Die Hard. Transporter, of course. Mastermind, we have Endurance Ace, Leadership Aced, Dominator Aced, Equilibrium Aced, Combat Doctor Aced, Gunslinger Basic, and Inspire. Now notice how I have both First Aid Kits and Combat Doctor? Because most of the time I'm usually the medic of a team. And that's all, really. So, in my Deathwish medic build, notice how I have Shotgun, CQB, and Kilmer. For this build, I would use my loud Car 4 or any other assault rifle, but I mostly prefer the loud Car 4. The way I have it modified is with the long barrel, the competitor's compensator, no custom, the Gazelle rail, the military laser module, the rubber grip, the thrust lower receiver, the Car quad stacked mag, and for the sight I would have the compact sight and the war-torn stock, also the LW upper receiver. Now these are pretty good stats. I mean, it's pretty well because you have 60 accuracy and so 60 in the magazine, and 60 accuracy is actually not that bad considering how it's up to 100 now. Sometimes I would bring the M308 rifle for damage and accuracy. Sometimes it would be the AUR-16 because this weapon I would say is between the Car 4 and the M308. Sometimes it would be the Commando, AK-762. I would never bring any stealth weapons. Sometimes I would bring shotguns instead of assault rifles, like the Moscone 12-gauge shotgun, and this is the only shotgun primary that I would ever bring to Deathwish, is the only Moscone, because I don't like the Jocelyn for what it is. The Stakeout 12-gauge and the Yzma are not that powerful, and the Rheinfeld fire is too slow. Also, the Predator is meh. M1014 again doesn't do enough damage. Now, for the secondary, we're going with the Locomotive 12-gauge shotgun. We are not using the Judge, because the Judge is the worst secondary shotgun, in my opinion. I'd honestly rather pick the Street Sweeper over the Judge. I hate the Judge for the fact that you only have five in its magazine, and it's just not good. I mean, yeah, I can understand how you can like this, but I don't. That stability is insanely small compared to the Locomotive. And plus, this is a pump shotgun, this is an auto shotgun. Usually those things are supposed to have high stability, not the Judge though. This is low stability. For my melee, I would usually use the weapon butt, and I would use doctor bags for my medic, or ammo bags in case if they need ammo instead of meds. For my tank, I would use C4 or ammo bag, and for dodge, I would use first aid kits or doctor bags. Now, the only throwable I ever use is the frag grenade. For dodge, I use the Molotov cocktail. I of course use the ICTV. Now for dodge, now perk decks, I only use muscle. I only ever go with muscle because you return 4% of your life every 5 seconds. That is extremely handy, especially for Deathwish. Deathwish tank, I would use muscle, but for dodge, I would use grinder. Most of the time I just go Deathwish medic because, you know, you have Inspire. And I don't usually use dodge because I don't like dodge very well. So that is it. That is all my Deathwish builds. I will see you guys next time when we do something. I don't know what it is. Maybe Bioshock Infinite. I don't know. See you guys next time.